Alrighty then, good morning, hello, greetings and salutations everyone. Oh, that's not good. Where are you? Why are you behaving that way? Anyway, good morning, hello, greetings, there we go. Beautiful. Welcome everyone, my name is Michael, I am the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Legendary Season 2's Hero Review. These are my fingers, look at them, aren't they cute? And we are going to be reviewing the Heroforge minis that have come here from Season 2. Now, this is obviously not as a, like visual, kind of thing. This is just a pure, unmodified, stream, I guess. So there's actually no, like if I show you the background here, you can actually see, you can see my like dark and moody green screen, right? There's no actual like filters, there's no color correction, there's no green screen. It is just us, the camera, and what you see side by side with, of course, what we see on Heroforge. Because as you guys know, over the last few months we have been building a small collection of Heroforge minis to get printed off by Heroforge to review them. And one of the things we've been doing is we have been going through painstakingly picking and choosing the exact, the new stuff that comes out, all of the really cool features, and we're going to be putting them to the test to see, what we get. So, here we are. This is it. Now, I don't have access to my keyboard, so I can't type in chat, but I want to give everyone a big shout out. So, welcome McBluff, Grizzles, Ira Janasi. Good to see you guys. I can see that there are a couple of people also lurking in chat. Welcome in, welcome in. This is also going to kind of be the hangout chat, I guess. Now, I do apologize for the camera angle. I'm kind of using my own body as my own backdrop. But here we go. I haven't got the bronze one, no. But there have been lots of requests for a bronze character, so maybe that'll happen in Season 3. So yeah, there you go. Alright, so without any further ado, let us begin. And what better place to start than the very start of our season, where the character we had built was probably one of the most outrageous characters I've ever built. Yeah, I'll keep you there. There you go. That's the Dead Aussie Gamer, Big Gamer 1. But here we go. We have right here. Once it loads, if it decides to load, there we go. We have our Bagpiper. Let's see. Cool. So yes, so the Bagpiper was a very interesting character, and one that I quite enjoyed making. As you can see here, we have like a lot of the details and like the eyes. I think this was the first time we also used some of the makeup, so we used some stark colors just to see if we can make them pop. We used transparent plastics on the fire here. Yeah, the glam rock I think we even named, what was his name? It was something really cool. It was Neon Passion was his name. I love that, Neon Passion. He also betrayed the Fey Muse that was supposed to supporting him, so that's the Muse right there, which we also did in the transparent plastic. Lots of bright and vibrant colors, and I think the only thing that we on this end kind of thought was maybe a little bit weird was the shoulder that as you can see kind of overlapped. So not much in terms of like us building. As far as like, that doesn't actually work, or this doesn't actually work. But it was a very cool build and cool concept. The story here was that he made a deal with a muse to like become the world's most famous musician, and then over time kind of let himself go, had his famous run, did drugs, did the whole thing, and now he's back for a Season 2, which I think is really cool. I think that's awesome. So yeah, let's take a look at Neon Passion, shall we? So here he is, Neon Passion. Now I do apologize. I'm gonna adjust the focus manually so that hopefully we can get the best kind of view for you guys. There we go. All right. So straight away, now again, keeping in mind, you're obviously not going to see the same level of detail as in the mini on Heroforge. That's already a given, right? And obviously glowing effects are very tricky. What they are is instead highlighted effects. So for example, if you have a look at the hair here, you can see that highlight that shows up in that hair is still kind of coming through the way that they've done the highlighting on that, which I think is amazing. Naturally, as we can see the shoulder pad where the pipe goes through. You know what? I don't know what we did, but it doesn't actually look that bad. Like if you you really kind of have to look at it to notice that the bagpipe's going through his shoulder rather than like behind it. Apart from that, I think that's really good. Now this is something I've noticed with the transparent plastics, because before, when we did season 1, we didn't really use too much of the wide plastic. We just kind of used like little accents for the plastic. So this flare here is like kind of one of the first times we've used a big chunk of the translucent plastic. I gotta say this, it reminds me of, okay, now this might be weird, and I'm allowed to be weird, it's my channel. You know when you have like a gummy bear and you like suck on it and then it becomes super transparent, but just before it becomes it? This reminds me of that. This reminds me of like a gummy bear fresh out of the pack, and I look at it and I want to lick it, but I know it's plastic and I'm not going to lick it, right? But like I kind of feel like if you lick it, it'll make it more transparent. Does that make sense? Is that weird? You kind of, I hope someone gets where I'm going with that, but yeah, that's how I feel about that transparent plastic. I gotta say this though, so let's just zoom out here. So we played around with some blue and purple flares with lighting on the back here, and I gotta say, I actually really love what happened with the smoke effect, right? So you can kind of see where the base is. You can see the difference between the non-lit and the lit bits of the forbidden gummy. The unlit and the lit areas of the base. You can see one's like got that pink glow that we set aside, as you can see there. Now, the way that the pink is now interacting with that translucent blue and purple from the flares, I love that effect. I am definitely going to use that effect on like warlocks and other wizards and stuff. And I think they did come out really nice for that one. As for the ghost, which of course Grizzles was saying is a little less transparent than you'd hoped, I don't disagree, honestly. If you look at the ghost there, I mean, I kind of like what they did with the whole like that's like kind of a thicker transparent plastic. But yeah, that did not come out like, as you can see here. That was, I think that was all the transparent plastic. Yeah, so that was all transparent plastic, as you can see there. And it came out with like the face was like a little bit harder, so it doesn't have the opacity. And same thing with the tips of the wings there. The little ghostly wisp at the bottom is, so you can kind of see. Oh, I didn't bring my you know what? I'm just gonna use my phone. That'll do. Hey, Matthew Perkins in the house. What's up, buddy? We are doing a review of all the minis that we made over the course of the last few months, because they've just come in, and I'm very excited to show them to all of our wonderful people. And if you have any questions, or if there's angles you'd like to see, let me know, because I'm actually going to be doing another review video on my YouTube channel. So yeah, as you can see there, you can see that the light's coming from the head and from that little wispy tail bit. You know what I mean? Yeah, there you go. So you can see it's coming from the wispy tail bit. So there is the transparent plastic there. There is definitely the transparent plastic there, but it's definitely not as transparent as I ordered. So I don't know if that's an effect of the like small objects. So if you have like a small like tiny object, it will then clump together and make the transparent plastic not transparent. Because the fire looks fine. Like the fire doesn't have that at all. Like it looks great. But I don't know what the deal is with the ghost. Or maybe that's something intentional. Maybe that's just a style thing that they do. I don't know. Hey, Pydox, what's up? Welcome in. Matthew Perkins, hey, just at work, listening to it like a podcast. Nice. Well, then maybe I should use my ASMR voice just for you, Matt. So, Matthew Perkins, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not yet met this wonderful and amazing human, He is a incredibly insightful and kind and wondrous person who does role-playing game information, podcasts, and a whole bunch of just wholesome content. If you get the opportunity to, please go and follow his Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Matthew Perkins. DM. There you go, that's for you. All right, let's talk colors. So the vibrancy of the colors that we can see in the Heroforge mini. So let's try and match the angle here. Okay, so naturally it is a little muted, as we expect, because that's what they say on the website. We can see that the highlight on that face, you know, that little bit of makeup, from this distance we can see it you know, quite well. I think we see it well enough that it does stand out. Is it as sharp as the Heroforge one? Of course not, but it's not supposed to be. Like, I mean, we're talking about faces here. Now we did add heterochromia to our character, which I think I like. Honestly, like, when you're looking at that level of detail, I don't think you should be expecting too much, but does not look like we've got the heterochromia thing. But that's, you know, I think that could be in part because we added in the nose ring, and I think we've just cluttered up the face a little bit too much, and I think that's the cause of it. So good word for advice. If you want to add like more details to the face, make it cleaner, make it clearer, and I think that'll be the solution to that. I can't actually, you know what, sorry, I didn't actually see this, but can we see the beard at all? Maybe a little bit. You can kind of see the beard a little, not overly though, I would say. So I'd say the facial hair on this model isn't great, you know. Yeah, I'd say the facial hair is not great on this one, but overall, whole mini itself, I think this is perfectly adequate for what you would pay for it, as well as what I would use it for. I think this is going to be just an incredible addition to my campaigns and my stories, and I think for the most part he has come out exactly as I have made him. So let's do a quick once round as we just compare. There we go. As we just compare everything. Look at those spots on the back, though. Look, how good's that? I love that. It kind of makes me, like, I mean, the fact that you can get details like that makes me really want to, it really does make me want to, like, make a catfolk person, like a jaguar or a leopard or something. So that's really cool. Sparrow! Hello, Sparrow, and Lance. Lance has joined us as well. Welcome. So yeah. All right, so this is that is miniature number 1. Again, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the stream review, so you guys get to ask any questions if you want close-ups on things, if you want me to you know, like, I don't know, stress test something. I'm more than happy to stress test. Like, I don't want to break anything, but at the same time, if you look at something and you're like, hey, can you stress test this? That's what these are for. I will stress test, for example, that. No, it's got a little bit of wiggle. It's got a little bit of wiggle, like in the back and forward arc. But side to side, it's pretty solid. The little bagpipe things, no, but those tassels at the bottom, I don't know if you could see them. There we go, these little tassels. Yeah, they definitely do not have much give. I would be very careful with those. The ghost is pretty solid, actually. Yeah, ghost is solid. The smokes are solid. The little bagpipe piece of the hand is solid. Yeah, most of this is actually pretty solid. The only thing I would be cautious about is that little bit, those little tassels that you can see there. Do I have like a pin? I feel like I need a pin. Alright, you know what, I'm going to use this. This is just a spike I have. Yeah, so these little tassels here and here, those are the ones you just got to be careful of. So if you use the bagpipe item, just be aware of those. They may be fragile. Okay, so there you go. Glam Rock, Mythical Turian, welcome in. Is that a flaming bagpipe? Yes, it is a flaming bagpipe. All right. Next on our list of Heroforge minis, I think the next one we made was actually Yeah, it was actually this one. So this was our post-apocalyptic character. This was the drow who had basically awoken in a world that had been run by lizard folk. The lizard folk had started experimenting on all the races, including the drow, and we've started turning him into a lizard. So we have like this like lizard foot here. We have the lizard hand, and we've got like, you know, this crystal there, which is like the salvation to the world. We can fight against the lizards. We also gave him a lizard eye. We also gave him some scarring, some war paint, really, and a lot of very complicated clothing. So let's see how our drow lizard folk experiment came. All right, look at that. Now, honestly, I actually think this one came out super nice, right? Like, let's start with the obvious here, and that is the shading on the face. That lighting on a drow, stop it. It just looks so nice and so fantastic. I was actually blown away with how much detail that actually came out with. I kind of want to do this lighting with all the drow, to be honest. Like, it just made it stand out so much. And yeah, like that was really cool. The gemstone we added, I think we did add it. Yeah, it was transparent plastic. So that would probably be my only regret here, is that while that's obviously very vibrant, you can see that as soon as I added the transparent plastic, it changed the coloration of it as well. So I would definitely say that if you want something to have that distinct color, don't use the transparent plastic. Even if it's something like a gemstone or a crystal, just leave it as the regular one. That would probably be my only gripe with that. But let's take a look around the model real quick. I think again the details are quite nice. We can definitely see all the clear lines, all of the highlighting. We had light colors on the top and the darker colors underneath, which I think really do make this model pop. Probably the only thing I really would have liked is, and this is both with the Heroforge program and my model, is I would love to be able to color these stems in, because when the model came out, obviously it looks like just one bit of plastic with one color, so you lose a little bit of that highlighting, which, you know, it's okay, but, you know, I mean, I could honestly go over that with a brush and do that myself. So yeah, he did come out absolutely fantastic. I think the next thing is the claw. Let's have a look at his claw here. So his actual claw, yeah, that kind of looks very lizard folky. I like that. Let's have a look at his foot, because keeping in mind these are like gloves and these are like prosthetic arms and the shoes. Oh, okay, here we go. So check this out. So in regards to the, sorry, I just need to figure out my angles here. There we go. Okay. So in regards to the feet, interestingly, the foot comes out great. Like, it looks fantastic, right? But if you look where my finger is blocking, if you look right here, you can see that there is a strut behind the heel right there. So if you look on the actual model, there's obviously no strut, because as you can see, there's this whole gap that's like behind his foot. So I kind of like the fact that they add that strut, and keeping in mind, I didn't tell them what color to use, so their program used that color. So that strut giving that support to the model is very appreciated. It means that there's a lot more, it's less likely to break at the ankle, which I think is really cool. Also, Thane Endergeist, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, raiding with a party of 4. Lord Garthon, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are reviewing the Heroforge minis that we had been making throughout the last few months. Going through, poking at the imperfections, having a look at what we like and dislike about this. Oracle 44, welcome. Hi, yay, raid. So yeah, that's this is what we were talking about, the our drow who is being turned into a lizard folk. Now, one thing I've got to say this, is the base looks amazing. Like, we actually colored the rocks in that kind of like, you know, dirty, rocky brown color, and then we had the autumn leaves there. Like, honestly, those rocks and those leaves, right? Like, seriously, they kind of like feel like I almost, and I know I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do this, right? Oh, you've been here. You're just getting another raid fund. Good, good. Yeah, honestly, I would almost be tempted, and I won't do this, but I'd be very tempted to like snap him off and use that as a base for one of my war games. Like, that's how good the base is. It looks really tight. Yeah, I'll definitely use this base build with like the autumn leaves and the rocks for other things as well. So there you go. So yeah, all in all, I'd say I'm very happy with this model. Yeah, actually, I don't actually have any critical things to say about it. I mean, again, apart from the leaf stems that are here that I would like to be able to paint. But you know, ultimately, comparing like me being having to paint the whole thing from scratch, that that's fine. I'd be happy to do a little bit of highlighting on that and make that a thing. So yay. Cool. And again, guys, this is a hangout stream as well, so feel free to ask questions, chat, do the thing. I don't know. I always get nervous when I don't have anything to answer for people. I always be, are you sure? Are you okay? Can I help? I don't know. It's me. All right. So next on our list is, who do we make next? I don't remember who we made next. We made oh, I think it was the Portal Mage. Oh, how am I doing? I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Thank you. I am having an absolutely wonderful time. Can we tell any difference between the drow's eye? That's a good question. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look here. I doubt we will. Okay. Yeah, so looking at the eye. Oh, look. Okay, it's so subtle but you can. That being said, I would say heterochromia would not be a good fit. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't think it would. Because keeping in mind, looking at it from the distance that you'd be at, right? Because keeping in mind, you like no one uses minis. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there. Yeah, no one uses minis and goes, "Hey, what do you think of this? Do you like his eyes?" Like sure, when you do your own hand painting, you can you can get to that detail, but you still don't really look at it. This is kind of how you would look at it on a table, around. So, I mean, yeah, we don't really see the lizard eye or anything like that, but I think between the hand and the foot, we kind of still get the message across. Hey, Michael, I was going to ask how you're doing, but since it's been answered, boxes or briefs? Ooh, that's a tough one. I definitely boxers if I have to choose. No, boxers if I have to choose, mate. That being said, I much prefer loose-fitting clothes because I am very much an airy, breezy individual. Did you hear about the game I got to play in last week? The first ever D&D character of my own was so much fun. Sparrow, I did not. Tell me all about it. Tell me all about that. I'm super keen, super excited to hear about that. All right, yeah. See that rock? That rock is amazing. I like that rock. Okay. You see that boulder? That's a nice boulder. No, okay, fine. All right. Let's move on. Portal Mage. Now, this Portal Mage was good. Now, maybe it's just me, but I was a little disappointed with this one, for the reason that I don't think anyone's really gonna get. But here is, Portal Mage. Yeah, so there we go. We got the Portal Mage. So Portal Mage, look, Portal Mage came out good, like in terms of the outfit and stuff like that. But what we tried to do here was we tried to play around with more of the makeup, and I don't know if it's the hairstyle. I feel like it is. But the hairstyle has made the mini kind of look like a Neanderthal. Do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't realize it before, but how far the forehead kind of sticks out on the head kind of looks a little bit like, she's like, I don't know, just looks a bit weird. Pale shadow of herself. And the makeup doesn't really distinguish much. Like, for example, like she's got these lovely pink eyebrows that seem to almost just disappear. Do you see what I mean? Let's zoom in again. Come on. Come on. There you go. Behave. Yeah. So as you can see, the pink eyebrows kind of disappear in the mini. And I think that's like partially because obviously pink is such a light color, as is the skin tone. And even if I go to the buy section, right, like, and then select on the color plastic, even when they mute it, right, like there, you can still see the distinct pink for the eyes, but that didn't really come out, like, in my opinion. Nor did the teeth. You know, like that beautiful smile that she has. Yeah, hold on, sorry. There you go, focus up. Yeah, so the smile didn't really come out either, you know. So a lot of stuff regarding the facial expressions here was a little disappointing. Honestly, I don't know. I got no answers. Like I said, for me, Heroforge is something I'm really passionate about, something I really love. But you know, hey, I'm very aware when they make stuff that I don't like, and I'm more than happy to tell you when they make stuff I don't like. So I was not. Also, if anyone can hear that rumbling sound, that is because the builders next door have just started something. If it is too loud and too distracting, please let me know. I will do nothing about it. I'll maybe turn my gain down a little bit. But yeah, the orange portal is far more red. Yeah, no, also this, yes, it is red. Do you see what I mean when I say it kind of like, oh, it is pretty loud? Okay, hold on, let me tune it down a little bit. I do apologize. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to speak a little bit louder, and hopefully that's going to drown out the sound of the things. If it's not, let me know. So here's the thing. With the coloration, like I said, it kind of looks like that gummy bear coloration. So so what I'm doing is I used a honey color for the portal here, and that's what came out. So I mean, I get the muted colors, but I think the transparent plastics have their own scale. They have their own thing. So what you actually even see in the buying screen is not what you're gonna get when you actually buy it, which I think is going to be more difficult. I'm probably even going to send a message to Heroforge and say, hey, listen, I know that you've got the muted colors and stuff like that, but the difference between that and what, you know, even when you have the buy, like, hey, you know, in the preview, is just way too different. Absolutely way too different. So I think that's worth an email to Heroforge on that one. The blue is alright. Again, like, I love how we used the hand pattern to create that kind of portal she's stepping out of, and like I said, the actual see-through capabilities of the plastic are really good, so you can actually still see through the foot and the dress, which was the important bit there. So yeah, so in terms of our technique to as you guys can see, to make the bottom of her dress kind of look like it's stepping out of the portal, worked well, worked absolutely fantastically. So that is an unequivocal win on that. What else can I say about this model? Is it what good bits? That book is also phenomenal. Like, check out the actual tome that she's got. We actually played around with like the posing. So the tome is actually on her hip, and then we just laid the arm over the top, and that actually, you know, that actually does look really nice. So if you do want a character and you think that the tome or the spell book is too big for your model, because it's huge. I mean, look at how big it is. It's a massive tome. Have the arms resting like that definitely was a good choice, and I'm very happy that that's what we did. Yeah. So again, all in all, I mean, let's just do a quick spin here of the model. So all in all, I think this model came out okay, but you know, again, like the loss of details on the facial features and the slight difference in coloration of the transparent plastics did leave a little bit to be desired. But you know, again, we can go and complain to Heroforge about that. Absolutely. well, I say complain. We're gonna very nicely say, hey, look, I did a review, and you know, like, there were these things that we thought were not as ideal. There you go. Oh, let's also go back to the regular thing. The lighting effect. Yeah, the lighting effect was okay too. It was okay. It wasn't as prominent, but it wasn't supposed to be. How solid are the hand portals? Let's find out. All right. So not very solid. I think this is also a good thing for the portal. Like, as you can see, she's bending at the wrists, which means that she's going to yeah, that means too much pressure there will definitely snap at the wrist. You also can see that that's quite a large surface area, so it means that there's like very little pressure here. He's going to apply a lot of pressure there, so just be very mindful of that. As for the other portal, the one that we've actually embedded in the base, that is solid as hell. Like, I could give that a real tug, and that's just not, yeah, that's just not going anywhere. So that one's good. That one's phenomenal. This one, not so much. But another exciting thing is that you can tell that Heroforge actually are happy, apparently, to print over the model edge. So that's also cool. Yeah, there you go. So, Lord Garthon, oh, sorry. Let me go through. Avarian! Hello! Welcome, Avarian! Ladies and gentlemen, Avarian CA, our wonderful woodworker in the house. Always good to see you, buddy. The book does look great, and it's great to see what works and what doesn't. Yeah, I mean, well, that's what the whole show's about. This is what this show is about. It's about building models and seeing what does and doesn't work. Oh yeah, the angle really emphasizes her Neanderthal subtaurus. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, like I said, not my favorite mini. Actually, you know what? I will even hazard to say that with the Neanderthal forehead slope, no eyebrows, and of course, like, killing. Look at this smile. Look at this beautiful smile. And you know, it didn't really capture any of that. So, you know, the one thing I look at when printing minis is how well it's captured the essence of my character. I feel like this didn't really do that. I'm a little disappointed, but you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's at a 4, right? Like, everything else, the book, the transparent plastic, and stuff like that has been great. The discolorations of the portals or the transparent plastics is a bit of a bummer. No eyebrows is a bummer. Slanting forehead is a bummer. No teeth for my smile is a bummer. But you know what? They can't all be winners. So I'm sorry, little portal mage, but you're not going in the bin because I paid too much money for you. But but you're definitely gonna be a shelf item. I like to say you're a shelf item. Lord Garthon, I love how you're rotating the IRL and website at the same time. Well, yeah. See, because this thing that we're doing right here is all about giving you guys at home exactly what you need to know if you want to pick up your own model. I don't want to lie to you. I don't want you guys to think that there's color filters or green screens or anything to trick you. It's nope. That is the website. This is the mini. That is what you're gonna get. So yeah. Let's see. That's me, big bully. Yeah. Stop bullying poor Mini. Poor Millie. You did all right, Chaos Knight Eerie. Chaos Knights. Terrible. All right. What's next on our list? Let's look at who is next. I want to say it was the Bugbear, Dr. Bugbear. Yeah, I think it was the Dr. Bugbear. All right. So, Dr. Bugbear was a character that we made based on House from the... Oh, do I chew my fingers? Yes! Leave my fingernails alone. Well, that's not what we're reviewing, thank you. I pick my beard and I chew my fingernails when I think too much. And I think way too much. And yes, shh, quiet. Anyway, pretty from a distance, there's a mood for her. Yeah, you know what, Frog? You're absolutely right. And that is me being a little bit cruel there. Yes, from a distance, I think she looks fine. She communicates what she wants. You know, like, it's a very unique NPC. Like I said, and you can always draw on, or you can always paint on your own eyebrows, right? Like, I mean, yeah, there is stuff you can do to correct this. And you know what? Just because I'm feeling for it, I might actually paint this one, correct it, and then show it off on stream later on. I do. You said you could ask questions. I did, but, you know. My mum used to yell at me all the time about chewing my nails. You're not alone there. Dag sometimes Dag sometimes drives me batty. No, okay. Minor touch-ups are significantly less ordeal than painting a whole mini. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. All right, so this Bugbear Doctor, we based this on House from the television series. We thought to ourselves, like, how do we make a healer that's kind of like scruffy and like, you know, a bit of a jerkwad, but is really good at his thing. So we made a scrapyard Bugbear who would go around and like gather supplies and like pick up refuse from like the tip, and then would use his skills at healing. So yeah, Dag the Mini was a triumph. Making a note there, huge success. Yeah, so this one was really cool. We added in some cool stuff like the translucent eyes. We added in the lighting effects. Now I actually thought this came out really, really nice. So look at this guy. Check that out. That is, yeah, like he's a bit taller than your standard. So let's just pull out the this guy again real quick. So that is your standard height miniature right there. Yeah, so that's your standard height Drow Mini right there. So he's a little bit taller, but I think it really adds just this nice gravitas to that. Yeah, the semi-Santa healer. This is a triumph. I love it. Yeah, so this one actually, this one I think the lighting effects were beautiful. So we had the blue light that came in from the wand mixing with the purple light from the glasses. And I gotta say, I love the fact that it's kind of melded. You can kind of see that there's the blue highlights and then the pink highlights in the beard. All of those come out really, really clear. And it's, yeah, you're right, it is absolutely amazing. So yeah, Hobo Santa came out really, really good. I think we didn't really test much beyond the lighting, but let's see if we can get a good look at the glasses here, because like I said, we really went to town on the glasses. So let's zoom in there. So yeah, those are really nice and clear, honestly. Like I think those are absolutely phenomenal. They look great. They feel great. I also love the fur effects as well, like the way that the fur like kind of bends. Like these the yeah, this is kind of like what they use for like the animal fur body. And yeah, I love how the highlights work. So that's really cool. All right, let's do a quick circle, shall we? Over here. There we go. All right. So all right, yeah. So again, I think this one here, another really good element is the rocks and the stone for the base. I think came out really nice. Colors are again muted, but I think it's really weird. I don't think the lighting effects have ever really been that much more muted compared to everything else. We'll get a close up on the bird and the arm. Yeah, totally we will. Totally we will. The doctor's handbag came out nice too, like that plus symbol that's there. Yeah, like I was actually worried that the symbols weren't actually going to look that good, but they actually look really nice. They actually look really nice. Yeah. Yeah, so this one was a nice one. This one was actually really cool. All right, let's have a look at that bird. So we did add a lot of details to the bird, as you can see. All right, there we go. Come on, little birdie. Come on, little birdie. Yeah. Michael with steady hands. There we go. Yeah, go Michael. Yes, I am cheering myself on. Yeah, so the bird came out pretty good. You can see the line details pretty well. And yeah, he's very, very cute. Oh my god. Hold on. You can even see like there are the little feather feather grooves there as well. So that's really nice. That's really cool. Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. Some of the rocks on the base seem a lot more blue than in the program. Well, let's have a look. Yeah, I can see the ones you're talking about. I think that might be an additive of the lighting effect. So it might be just the ambient lighting effect sort of triggering on there. But that is a good point, because on the actual mini it doesn't look on the mini it doesn't look that blue. Like right there next to the rock, I think is what you're talking about. No, you're right. But I think that's good. Burb. Yeah, the little detailing on the objects is nice. Yeah, it is. It really is. Like that rock there having the like kind of moss on it. It's a lot whiter than I thought it would be, but I think it still looks really good. I think it looks really great. Makes me want to use that moss one a lot more. I love the cobblestone base. Yeah, the cobblestone base is really good. If you like the bases, actually, while I've got you here, I'm just gonna re-brag about what is now officially my favorite base. That base there, with the autumn leaves and the rocks, that is officially my favorite base. Ugh. Okay, how are his tools in his belt? All right, so let's do some stress testing here. So, well, I dropped him on his face, so his face is fine. Okay, so let's test out the belt tool. Oh, it's not too bad actually. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, there's almost no way to drop if you look at it, there's almost no way to drop that onto the actual hammer. Like you see there, that is like as close to the ground as I can. I can roll over it. So the odds of it landing on the hammer are very slim. So that's good. I'm all tense, yeah. Side to side and back and forth, there isn't much. So it's actually reasonably solid. I would say that's way more solid than, say, the flanges on the bagpipe, or even some of the bladed weapons. Like actually the spears, like the spears that you actually get from Heroforge, they are way more flimsy than one of these. So there's that. The wand, ooh, okay. So the wand is a little bit flimsy. I would definitely say don't jam anything between there, but I feel like that's kind of obvious. And if you ever do get the wand and you want to do like the Harry Potter signature, like, sticking your wand out directly in front of you, I would definitely err on the side of caution for it, because yeah, that wand definitely does not feel like the most secure. Let's have a look at the bag. How you doing, bag? No, okay, bag's pretty good. Bag's stuck in pretty good. Yep, come on. Nope. Yep, no, it's not going anywhere. Okay, yeah. Anything else? Anything else we want to stress test? Also, it's good to see you, Hiram. Yay. It's always good seeing so many people. All right. All right. Well, if that is it, we will say goodbye to the bugbear for now. And we will go to our next miniature. And by the way, yes, I am saving the best for last, because I can. It's my show. It's what I do. Next up is the Centaur Cat Burglar. This one I know everyone's excited about. This one was a very popular one when we made it. All right, you ready? So the character here is a Centaur cat burglar who is a gentleman thief that steals cats from people. There he is. Meow, Mr. Meowskers. What a concept! Yes, yeah, it was a whole thing. I don't know. Like, the thing about the Heroforge Legendary stream is that it's all about creating what the audience throws out. So if the audience throws out something wild and wacky, that's what we go with. Protects Nova and Jasmine. All right, here we go. This is our Centaur. There you go. All right, so this is the Centaur Gentleman. I think that came out beautifully, honestly. I think it's definitely got all the highlights that I wanted on, like, the hooves and on the hair around him as well. The actual hairstyle that we went with the Doctor Strange kind of inspired hair, was just so nice, and yeah, definitely 100% came through. Sword, also really nice details there. kind of match the motif. The colors are muted as expected, yeah, but really good. And then Mr. Meowskers. Let's look at Mr. Meowskers, shall we? Yeah, so we got the green eyes in there, which is good. We got the dark blue straps and things. They look really nice. Yeah. And from the appropriate distance, when you're not looking at it right up close, looks great. Looks fantastic. Cute little pussykins. Absolutely. Yeah. No, I gotta say that this is definitely one of the success stories of the Heroforge builder. I think. Yeah, I definitely think there's a lot to be said about just how well this has all come together. Yeah, I feel like the bag is missing a bit of detail. Let's have a quick look, shall we? All right, so taking a look at the bag. Yeah, the bag. I mean, I don't think it's missing any of the detail. I think maybe the blue is a little bit more prominent on the mini than it is there, because that is actually a dark blue along the belt straps, for example. Should be able to add more to a bigger base. Yeah, it does look a bit empty. You're right. Because right now we can add like 2 things. So I added the bag and I added the cat. If you could add like 3 things to the bag, or if you could add like you know what I mean, like if you could add a couple things, I think that would definitely be a lot better. But yeah, that you're right. The model does seem a little bit bare. Ooh, actually, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but listen. It's got this weird, rough texture. It just feels really nice. I don't know. Yeah, right. It's just so good. Yeah. All right. Anything else we want to have a look at before we move on from the gentleman thief? Actually, I want to see that ring. Yeah, like from where I can see. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see it as well. But that ring looks really good as well. Like that actual crystal color. It's actually got the darker green on the inside. Couldn't hear it, but the base looks nice and marble-like. Yeah. No. Yeah. Now the rings and jewelry have come out really nicely too. And actually, to be honest, the facial hair has actually come out nice as well on this one. It didn't come out too well on the bagpiper, but again, I think that's because the face was so busy. So that would probably be my my advice, is if you're gonna do something, right, don't make it light colors and so busy, otherwise you're just gonna lose all that facial hair. But if it's against a kind of a paler skin and you have the dark facial hair, it looks beautiful. Looks absolutely amazing. Also, just FYI, so here, as you can see, we added in a bit of, I mean, I don't know if you can see it, but we added in a little bit of blush. Over here, the blush, as you can see, is quite prominent. So that would probably be another thing I'd look out for. I'd be like, okay, well, look, if my character doesn't need blush, don't apply it. Even if it's a subtle difference, you don't need it, because when you print out the mini, it'll come out way stronger. So, yeah. Also, another thing that I wouldn't say I was disappointed in, was I didn't realize that, according to Myths of Theros, centaurs were medium-sized creatures. So, like, actually looking at how tall he is compared to, like, say the drow, he's just the same size with like a horse butt. And I always thought centaurs were like, way taller. That was just me, but keeping in mind you can make taller minis without a problem. So, just saying. Actually, can you make taller minis? That's a good question. Can I make this taller? Body measurements, height. Oh yeah, you can. Okay, fair enough. Oh, Jesus. Okay, yeah. Anyway, you can make it taller. I did not. But there, yeah. So, just so you know, there you go. Yeah, medium is player characters. Yeah. All right. Which brings us to the last of our legendary minis. which is by far the most dramatic of them. This is our last stand soldier. This is the elk person that we made who got hit by a poison arrow, who is on the verge of death. Oh, it is such a sad tale, a sad and woeful tale. He is fighting for the last breath against an oncoming horde. Yeah, I loved this character. He was actually a really good character. All right, and here he is. Look at that. Look, I'm not even mad. That is freaking amazing. How's the arrow through his belly? Because I gave him an extra arm that I then set into the body, and I'll show you where the arm overlaps. And like I said, I want to see if anyone can see where that second arm is on the mini, the actual physical mini, as we do our rotation. So let me get us into a good focus here. There we go. All right, so we're gonna start our rotation here. All right, so just let me know if anyone can see the. If anyone can see the. If anyone can see the extra arm. Looks like the arrow through and picked up some extra glow effects. Oh, come on, there you go. Oh, that wound on the back though, that one gets me. That one looks incredibly painful. Yeah, you can't see the extra arm at all. Again, I'd be very surprised if anyone did. But yeah, so there you go. So that is how the model came out. So let's now take a closer look at some stuff. So to give everyone the answer of where that extra arm is, okay, let me focus this up a bit. All right, there you go. All right, so just there. You think you can see the hand that holds the arrow? No, you can't. You can see the arm, though, just above the quiver. It's coming out of the body there. That little purple bit, right? And that is, if you look over here, I'll actually change the pose so you guys can see it. So that is right there. So there you go. So I basically just twisted that in, and then we push that into there. And stuck that through the wound. So that's what we did to get that. And like I said, that is, like, you can't see that. That is invisible to the naked eye. 100%. Yeah. So yeah, it was, like I said, one of the reasons why I was very excited about this one is because when it printed, like, I've never printed things that have had the what do you call it, the overlap or the things intentionally. But that came out beautifully. That just proves to me, like, that opens up a whole new world of what you can do with Heroforge minis if you are willing to kind of break those boundaries and sort of challenge yourself. All right, so let's have a look at some of the let's answer some of the questions. Let's throw some questions out there if you guys have any. Are you able to show in Heroforge how you do that? Yep. That's his tail, not his hand, but quick at first glance. Yes. No, it was that was his that tail. Little fluffy deer tail. I love that one. Unless you know where you're supposed to be looking, you'd never guess. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you literally, there's no way to guess that. All right. So let's have a look at some of the details. We added in the fire effects to the bow. So there were a lot of really cool things here, and I wanted to add a lot of lighting. Now, here's the thing. I love the lighting effects, but I think it's important to know where to hold and where to pull. I didn't want to add too many, so you can kind of see the lighting effect on his like shin and on his like pants, but you can't see too much on his face, and that is because I don't want to lose any of the detail on the scarring of the eye, right? And that war paint does look like a scar. It does look so good. I would definitely 100% suggest that if you do use like a lot of like cool facial details, tone back down on the lighting effects. Like maybe make it like 25% and you'll do fine. The arrow came out super nice. The fact that the blood stains actually stained the arrow properly, that looks fantastic. And we aligned it just so it actually does go through the actual wound, and there is blood around the wound, so that's really cool. Yeah, I mean, I probably, in hindsight, I probably would have done something extra to the grass effect, because that's really nice, but, you know, I mean, could be brighter, could have more color to it. That red in front of the arrow doesn't seem to be present in the program. No, I think I might have adjusted it in the program later, like post, because there was blood on it originally. I think, like I said, I was playing around with it and I adjusted it. But that's me. That's on me. In your opinion, what would be better to reserve lighting effects for digital and then skip them if you're printing? Depends on your mood, right? Like so this model here, we added in some lighting, right? And I think that looks absolutely great. I would say that if I had to go back, I would take the lighting maybe off that, just because it's so busy. If I were to go and say this one here, I mean, you could add lighting to the centaur, but I don't think it needs to. If you want to add something like fire, for example, like flames from the flaming arrow, yeah, add a bit of lighting, right? But if they're or if you are doing what I suggest with like Underdark characters, like the Drow, having a blue or purple ambient light gives it that like you're underground kind of feel. Those are kind of a good idea. If you're otherwise doing it, don't overcomplicate your mini. Don't worry about lighting and stuff, right? Only do it if you need to. 8 Dr. Awkwards, have to go back to lurking. No worries. It's always a pleasure to have you lurking. And you know what? For what it's worth, whatever you happen to be doing, please have a wonderful and amazing time doing it. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you back in stream shortly. Lighting is pro. Yes, lighting is pro. Pro is very cheap though. I mean, how much is a subscription right now? Pro subscription is I don't even know how to get subscription. My subscription. Here we go. So pro subscription is $50 for a year, right? So $50 for a year's worth of being able to play with lighting, to like actually use your photo booth and actually make minis and stuff for your like digital games, right? That's like $50 for a whole year. Just don't go to Macca's like 2 or 3 times and you can afford it. You know, like, yeah, this was a no-brainer for me. Absolutely. Like when it comes down to it. Yeah. Mike the Tall, welcome in. Yay. Oh, thank you for gifting a sub to Mike. I don't have my Twitch stuff working at the moment because of the event. The event we had during the week. It's like everything's nuts at the moment. Yeah, everything's just not working. I have to go back and fix it all. Is that working? I don't know if it is. Maybe it is. Yeah, it's fine. Like I said, I'll fix that later. It's not important. Not important. All right. What's Macca's? Am I spelling that right? Macca's is our version of McDonald's in Australia. In Australia, we say Macca's. All right, let's do some stress tests. I think we all just learned how to use stress expense. Look, shush. Okay, shush. Do not judge my eating habits. because then I'll start judging my cabinets. Yeah, I have no regrets on taking premium. Adds so much more. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hashtag sponsored. I am sponsored. This whole thing is sponsored. Like there is no doubt. Look, see, there's a little sign. Dead Heroforge. This is 100% sponsored. But I will always be honest. More than anything, money is not worth my integrity, and I will absolutely give you an honest opinion. Honest opinion. I love this one. Honest opinion. I am definitely painting eyebrows on her. She is definitely getting eyebrows. That is terrible, and she needs eyebrows. Okay. All right, here we go. So let's do some stress testing. I don't want to stress test this, but I'm going to. All right, here we go. So let's start with the arrows on the ground. All right, let's. Okay, so there's. Ooh, I don't like that. Actually, that one's okay. Actually, that one's actually really okay. So I'd say this. So one of the arrows actually has ended up touching and merging with the plastic from the belt. So that's actually super solid. This second arrow, this smaller one, that one's got a little too much. I think you can kind of see it there. It's got a little too much wiggle for my liking. And then we've got the arrow at the back. This standalone arrow, which I know is just... Oh, that is just going to break. If I put any pressure on that, that's going to break. That is... Yeah, that super dangerous. Definitely going to break. 100%. Okay. Tail. Tail looks okay. Tail's fine. Too much pressure from the top, I reckon, will snap it. But because of the way it's angled, I think that's okay. Cloth looks fine. That looks fine. All right. Now the terrible moment. The arrow. All right, here we go. Let's start from the back. Okay, that's actually not bad. That's pretty solid. Let's try the front. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And looking at the model. Okay, if it falls, it's okay, right? Like, because of the way the arm is and the way it's angled, it's not coming out too much so that it won't roll away from that arrow. So that's good. That's actually a good test as well. Like, if you have a hard surface and you roll and the arrow's got like some, like, I'm going to try and angle this. You can kind of see the arrow doesn't touch the, see, it doesn't touch the hard surface. It means if it drops, it's not likely going to, it's not likely going to break. So it's not bad. Like, that arrow, like, for all things considered, that arrow should be reasonably safe. Let's try the bow. Oh, that's actually really solid. That actually moves the whole mini, which, you know, again, the whole mini ooh, actually the back and forth is pretty nasty. I would definitely not want to drop that right down there. If I drop that right down there, I can feel it's going to snap. The back and forth is pretty solid. Like, that way is pretty good, but that way is rocking. That way is dangerous. Now, another thing I did when I added the arrow. Now, this is actually not a stance from Heroforge. So if you actually look at the Heroforge Mini right now, while we go there, what I actually did was I actually adjusted. I have that arm with an arrow in it, and then I adjusted it so that it was there. Now, one of the important things is I made sure that the arrow was touching the bow, right? Because you could have a gap, right? You could put it like there, and that is just not secure. So one of the lessons I've learned from since making the Heroforge stuff is doesn't matter. Do the overlap, because that means that arrow is now secure as hell, and that's what you want. Yeah. All right. Another moment of truth. Let's see the antlers. Ooh, they're okay. They will not survive a drop. They will absolutely hit something. They will absolutely snap. Do not drop this dude on his head. That is a bad idea. Definitely, in terms of fragility, in terms of coolness, it is one of the coolest models. In terms of fragility, it is probably, it's right up there. It's right up there. Mostly because of the arrow at the back, which we talked about. The back and forth sliding that way. Sliding that way. And the freaking antlers. Whew. Yeah, okay. All right, now we go into the overtime. So those were all of the models that we made together on Legendary. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If anyone has any questions, any other things they'd like to see, let me know, because we're going to move on to our special, I guess, review of a couple of models that we also ordered in extra. So these are the extras models. But this will be the last chance to talk about those ones. Let me have a look. Sparrow. So in order for the future to try and lodge the stray arrow in some grass, do it so that it has some stability. Yeah. Even if you have like it embedded nearby some rocks or something to add stability to it, would be fantastic. Even touching on the costume like a tiny bit makes a huge difference. Like the actual difference between that that first arrow here, like this one, which is not moving at all, and the arrow at the back is like night and day. Absolutely night and day. So, all right, here we go. Plus side, if you do accidentally snap the antlers, you can put that into a story of the permanent damage. That's true. The more damage this guy gets, he does actually get cooler. Okay, here we go. So, for our special review, we have two minis right here, which I will show you just I'll tease the bases on them real quick. There you go. So, we've got two minis here, which I cannot wait to show you. Do I get Heroforge to print and ship me, or have I found a place in Australia? They ship it from America, from what I can tell, just given how long they take to get here. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, our first model for examination is Malvolo from my Rise of the Runelord series Mark II. So we have upgraded our one of our characters from the Rise of the Runelords game that we play. He is our puppeteer inventor, and this is the end result. This is what we ended up with, which I gotta say I'm super stoked at. Yeah, he does look really cool. So so what we're gonna do here is, apart from because this is kind of like looking at the Heroforge mini at the same time. Yeah, looking at how he actually came out, I was very, very happy. Malvolo is all about crafting and inventing and stuff like that. So having him with a busy backpack while at the same time having that kind of doll in his hand definitely communicated the whole puppet idea. I thought you might have brought the STL and printed them locally. No. I unfortunately don't know any... See, here's the thing. The 3D printing community is apparently really close-knit, and they're, like, very, very nice and wonderful, but I haven't met anyone from the 3D printing community. I feel like I should because of how much Heroforge stuff I do, but yeah. So, actually, so what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to show you guys, and I have to actually go get it, so I'll be right back. Yeah, blue chair. Okay, so I'm going to show you the first edition version of Malifaux. What am I saying? This is the first edition of Malvolo, as it were. So that was the first and second version. So, yeah, what do you guys think? It was there were a lot of little changes that we made between the two. I did lose the cape, but the outfit fundamentally stayed the same. Yeah, the first one was pretty epic too. I definitely liked everything about the first one as well. When I got the opportunity to upgrade him, because Heroforge sponsored us for our second season, I was like, I really don't want to change the costume. I was like, I really loved the first outfit like a lot. Like this is an amazing outfit, and I couldn't think about what I wanted to do, so I ended up just going, cool, I'll just take the fundamentals of what I had before and just, like change the boots, and maybe I'll add a backpack and then the little doll. So yeah, I think he definitely came out good. Edges of the robe look more gold than in the blue one. Yeah, they do a little bit. They do a little. I definitely liked the gold on the original one's arm as well. Is that carionet in his hand? Haha! It is not a carionet. It is just a ragdoll. Let me zoom in here so you guys can see the doll. The doll's eyes didn't come out as red as they do in the There he is. Look at him. It is still creepy as hell though. Come on. Focus. There we go. Yeah, so it didn't come out quite as red as it does there. But a little cameo thing. I actually made him like kind of with the red eyes and the black because that's my outfit is the red and the black. So that was that was the nature of it. So yeah. Given the references, am I a Steven Universe fan? I am a Steven Universe fan. I do like Steven Universe quite a lot. Well, I did. It's finished, so I mean, it's over. But I very much enjoyed the series when it was out and when it was doing stuff. And I've even played the role-playing game a couple of times as well, which has been really cool. Hey, Stormfell, what's up? Welcome. We're doing Heroforge reviews of stuff that got printed. So this is one of my new models and stuff. Yay. I think you'd be able to get the red marker up and start brighten up the buttons. Yeah, like I said, here's the thing. Heroforge is not perfect. It's not supposed to go and bring to life your 3D rendered model from the website. The 3D model rendered from the website is available on Tabletop Simulator, your VTTs, and stuff like that, and that's great. If you want to print these models you'll really kind of only really see like to that capacity, and these look phenomenal for that, right? And you got to remember that. When we look up close, all we're really looking up, like we're not trying to criticize the details from up close, we're looking at just how amazing the fact that they have button spots for details are. And you could so easily just get like literally a red felt tip marker and just like make those eyes pop, right? Like the fact that you don't need to invest in like tubs of freaking paint and like all these different brushes and washers and sealers or anything like that. That's what I think you need to kind of value when it looks at, making these 3D models. So yeah. So these are great. These are awesome. So Malvolo, done. And of course, if everyone has figured out Malvolo, then of course you will figure out that we now have Mark II Collodi. That's right. Look at him. Holy crap. I kind of went a bit nuts with Collodi here. So Collodi is Malvolo's puppet for the Rise of the Runelords game. He is my familiar, my companion. He does literally all of my fighting. And holy hell did he come out like just literally like sex as a mini is basically how I feel. Like this guy is this miniature was just so lit. Oh man, and let me zoom out so you can see the lightning bolt. Yeah, it was so nice. And look at the lighting effect on that side of him, like that's coming around now, like just the way that it bounces off, and just adds that definition. Heroforge minis are probably a cut above the rare minis from one of the WizKid Icon Realm Pathfinder booster days, I'd say. You know what? Just for you, Astralis, bear with me. I'm going to... Do you have a favorite iconic from Pathfinder? Let me know. Do you have a favorite iconic from Pathfinder? I will literally go get one right now and do a side-by-side. Collodi does all my mischief. He does. And, like one of the things that was really important for me when making this mini was... what updates with Collodi, and for me that was the biggest thing comes from the chainsaw, because at a certain level of the inventor, your invention comes with a saw blade, and I thought like, hey, if I can come with a buzz saw, I can come with a chainsaw. And one of our wonderful Patreons, it is one of our wonderful Patreons, but one of our donators during the live stream actually gifted us a magic weapon, which was an electric sword, and the group very kindly allowed me to build the electric sword into Collodi, so I got to put that together and make an electric chainsaw. So that's kind of my homage. So yes, I'm hoping that's going to make the that player that audience member very happy that not only did your donation give me a magic weapon, but that magic weapon has now been immortalized in my my mini. So there. Do I have Amari? Yes, I do. All right, let me go get her. So I've brought a couple. So first of all, let's have a look at Amari. So this is the Pathfinder Heroforge mini that you get of Amari, which honestly is like pretty damn sharp. Like, the colors are very vibrant, but you know, like, it's like, for example, if you look closely at stuff like the knuckles and things like that, there's a lot of invite. Is this a booster pull? No, this is from the Iconic Realms set. So I actually went and bought out all. I literally bought one of every Iconic from the original. So that one's really nice. I like that one. To show you a couple of the other ones, because I brought a few. This one is one of my favorite characters, who is the half-elf alchemist Iconic. And again, looks okay. Like, looks decent. I mean, even if we look at, like, you know, sort of the backpack and stuff like that, you know, you got lots of really cool details and stuff. You know, but then if you look at the backpack that Malvolo has, for example, you know, like, it is definitely keeping up and exceeding in certain places with, you know, kind of your WizKid Iconics, you know. And then I've also got the Huntress. Which, so this is kind of the more common one. So you're looking at, like, you know, some of the details sort of becoming a little bit more, what's the word? Like, it's a busy print, busy character that is, for the most part, like, your base is better than theirs. Well, yeah, I mean, they don't really do anything with the bases, but yeah, just some of the details, like, don't really come out. Like, if you look at the brown on the quiver, for example, and you can see that I think that they've just, like, spilled the orange onto the quiver. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think the colors are just a little bit sharper with some, right? Like, the Amari is a good one. Yeah, the Amari is a really, really good one. And the last one I had was Celia. Yeah, so, you know, like, the WizKids models, they try to, it seems to lack a little bit of the definition that you would have. Now, the reason I'm showing you this one is because I am now going to reveal the big one. Behold, Atlas is unbreakable. Now this is a mini. Yeah, so Atlas came out looking like freaking just amazing. And like I said, the like, just the depth of literally just, like, how many different layers you have for the different whites and how they interact, the different golds. Like, if you look at the wings carefully, you can actually see just how many different layers to that gold there is. Same thing with the shield as well. You can see the multiple different layers. Oh yeah, he came out just so nice. Big wings, yes. And thank you for the follow, King of Deadpool. By the way, just so you know, huge Deadpool fan. Love my Deadpool. This is also a very worn thing. And also my desktop. Yeah. Yay. Oh, hello from Oklahoma. Hello. I am from Australia, as as my name implies. All right, so let's talk about this mini. So anyway, like I said, this is kind of an unfair comparison here, You know, but you could see like Heroforge when it comes to the armor and stuff like that, because you can customize just all those layers. The details that go into those different armor plates becomes way more prominent. So, you know, that's my 2 cents on the matter. Oh, and I forgot to compare Collodi with old Collodi, but I'll do that later. Oh, actually no, I'll do it now before I forget. Sorry, I did forget. That was my bad. So that is new Lodi and old Lodi. So this one was kind of supposed to look a bit janky, kind of like stretched out. And you know what? Like, since the first printing of it, I'll have you notice that we've used the same headpiece for both of them, right? But check it out. One of them, you can kind of clearly see the eyes are kind of being eaten by the hood, but the second one, it's really clear. So you can tell here, like from when they first printed this to when they printed this, they've just been getting sharper and sharper. So the actual printing process has been developing as they've been going. So just FYI, what you might have seen in some of the older reviews may not necessarily be how it's printed now. So, you know, there you go. Yeah, so there you go. That's the side by side. Actually has nothing to do with the Marvel character. My nickname is from being head coroner, having giganticism, standing at about 2.4 meters, 8'2". Jesus. Yeah, okay, that'd make you king of Deadpool. Okay, yeah, definitely. Yes, I big respect, dude. All right, let us talk about Atlas. So first of all, let's talk Atlas's story. So I was asked to help playtest for the D20 Deathmatch guys, and I decided that rather than making this big old, like, you know, damaging kind of guy, I was gonna make a defensive character. And somebody said, and I think it was McBluff, mentioned, hey, do Asimars have to be people? Shh, maybe. It might have been. Look, I'm Australian. It's what we do. Yes, so we asked the question, does an Asimar have to be an organic race? Could an Asimar be a Warforged? And that was a great question, and this was my answer. Yes, we can. And Atlas was made. Now, Atlas has 30 AC and like 200 plus hit points of temporary hit points to absorb blows and damage. So his catchphrase was Atlas is unbreakable. Came from the fact that when I played Jared, who was the GM of my Rise of the Runelords game, my character took no damage. He even absorbed a critical hit, and it did no damage as he walked away from it. Fell into a massive like landslide and took no damage, and there was just lots of these situations. I think the only thing I took damage from at all was like it was cold in the arena where we were fighting, and I froze a little bit because we couldn't get to a warm spot in time. But that was it. That was all the damage I took. It was an epic battle. So Atlas was very, very cool and very special to me. Let's have a look at the mini though. Now, obviously, let's start with the glowing thing in the room, which is, of course, the gold does not look like solid gold. It doesn't shine, but you know, there is a certain luster to it, that kind of color palette. It is very clear where it has come from. Then as we this is a very difficult mini to move around, so I'm going to try my best. I do apologize if it's a bit wonky. But as we turn around to like the back, you can start seeing a lot of those circuitry details and stuff like that. I love how the boosters came out though. Like you see that how the boosters kind of shot out, and you've got that little blue from the top where the hair is kind of illuminating that area. I love that, because originally it was yellow because of the sword. By the way, the sword also looks amazing. The sword looks incredible. You know, it was originally yellow, but I'm really glad that I went with the blue, because that kind of just stands out as really, really kind of defined. The sword seems more muted. I mean, let me zoom in on the sword here real quick. There we go. Okay. So keeping in mind, again, we're looking at kind of a glowing effect, which, you know, we can't really do. But I think for the most part. Oh no. Oh no. No, no, no. What? No. No, okay, that's fine. No, no, it didn't freeze. Oh, son of a... Ah. Okay. Look, I want to remind everyone that this is a safe space where we don't panic and we don't judge people. So I may have just gone back and licked one of my models, which is fine. It tasted awful, but it actually made the transparent plastic really stand out. So I've just very ashamedly licked that plastic, and it actually looks really cool. It actually made it look better, and I feel embarrassed and I feel awful. Shut up. I kept looking at it and I couldn't help it, and I was like, maybe I should. I mean, what might have happened? Right, maybe I cleared the dust off. Maybe that's it. Okay, don't lick it. Okay, here's the important bit. Ladies and gentlemen, please don't lick these minis. Okay, I am very stupid. Okay? Yeah, maybe maybe get some water and try giving it a brush with a paintbrush just to kind of wash off that dust. Yeah, that does not taste good either. It's not stupid. It worked. It did work. That's very true. Jesus. No, I was fine. Don't worry about me. I'm just very dumb. Anyway, that actually made that look... I mean, what do you think? Does that actually look really... Does that look better? Who was asking about that? Do I want a Q-tip? Yeah, Q-tip would be good. Yeah, so Grizz, does that actually look better now that... Yeah, now that it got wet, I guess? It does. God damn it. God damn it. All this time I could have been licking my minis. No, I don't want to lick my minis. Jesus. I studied archaeology. Who would lick pottery shards we excavated. Look, I'm not that... Yeah, I am. Okay, I am that dumb. But anyway, I digress. No, that actually did make it really pop. I just wanted to... I just thought, like, no way this would work. And then I did it on, like Collodi, and I was like, actually, that did work. That looked really cool. Anyway, maybe I will give these guys a bit of a wash or a dry brush when I, sorry, what do you call it? A wet brush when I go through it. For everyone, what are 3 fun facts about each of you? My 3 are that I'm the oldest of 16 siblings. Me and my twin sister and our 14 younger half-siblings. I'm technically a doctor, have a doctorate in mortuary science, and my wife's nickname is the Goblin Queen, as she stands a mighty 4'8". Wow, that's amazing. I mean, honestly, I think you two would make you two must be like the most adorable couple to like see walking around at conventions. I love that. I love that so much, and I love that you embrace that too. Okay, let's talk fun facts. Okay, 3 fun facts about me. 1, I used to be a professional martial artist who specialized in film and television. I used to train Jedis and Sith for a living for 3 years when I finished film and television at university. Second fun fact about me is I was born in Singapore, but when my parents moved over, I was like 6 months old, and my parents grew up with me having to make the decision for myself if I wanted to be Singaporean or if I wanted to be Australian, and well, we all know where that landed. Because my family is very, very heavy into the Singapore Malaysian culture, but I'm not, so it's it's just how we went. The third fun fact about me. What's the third fun fact about me? Third fun fact about me is I actually... what's the third fun fact about me? Do I have fun facts? I don't know. Third fun fact about me, I guess, is everything I do. So I am a full-time role player. I don't do anything else with my days or my life. I run role-playing games out of my local community youth center for young kids who are at risk. A lot who are dealing with various social problems and anxieties, many of which were on the spectrum. And then during the night, during the morning and the night, I come stream with you guys, and that's it. That's my whole income. So anyone who donates to my streams, anyone who, and I lick minis. Thank you. Yes, I lick minis. Yeah, anyone who donates to my streams, subscribes, and all that, they just basically support me being able to keep doing this fun and awesome thing. So that's my 3 fun things. There you go. There you go. All right. So Atlas, let's keep looking. Let's keep looking. Okay. So so we also have the candles. So I went a little bit nuts on the candles, and we made the candles transparent on the fire as well. And honestly, do you remember we were talking about the transparent plastics not necessarily being the answer to everything? I think this is another case of it not being the answer to everything. I think we could have done just as well not having those candles be transparent. I think. Yeah, like the autism spectrum. Professional mini liquor. I feel like mini liquor has to be a derogatory term in our field. You know what I mean? All right. We also added in a lighting effect down from underneath, so you can kind of see where the boots are. You can kind of see that light is like glowing there. Man, that is so cool. Ah, don't drop him. Don't drop him, Michael. And interestingly enough, that back foot doesn't have a strut. I thought it would, but it didn't. No strut. So it's not secured to the base. There you go. Resume. Do I have any references? Clean up the clear bits and the Q-tip might be better. Look, I will... Yes. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for your concern, for my safety. I will definitely be taking a wet Q-tip to my minis literally as soon as this... You know what? Let's do this now. Let's do this now, and let's see what the effect is. Because this is about teaching you guys and seeing what happens when we do things. So let's see what happens with a wet Q-tip and, like, on the whole mini. All right, I'll be right back. All right. So, for reference, right, we actually call these earbuds. That's all we have. Okay, here we go. So, please tell me you don't lick your monitor screen when you're playing Final Fantasy Grounds. Maybe I'll just try it and see what happens. All right. So here we go. So I've got my cotton bud. Got my little thing of water here. Let's just there we go. Okay. So there we go. We're just gonna swirl that around real quick. There you go. Okay. Here we go. Let's try it on the shield. Shield's nice and easy. There we go. All right, wet on the shield. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. This is my morning, apparently. Came here, show off some nice minis. And now I'm moistening plastic figurines. Go figure. All right. Does that look better? Get the minis consent. Hey, Uniform Prison, thank you so much for the follow. What do you think? Okay, so does the gold on the shield look any better than the gold anywhere else on the mini? Next stream is Laven Roth. Should be horrified. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, let's try the face then, shall we? I mean, maybe a little. Maybe a little. I think mostly it's the what do you call it? I think mostly it's the transparent plastics that get the benefit. Oh yeah, no, it does. Look. Yeah, no, that. It's dead on. It's dead on. Hold on, let me zoom in now. All right, so look at the difference between the two yellow flames, right? Okay, so if I wet up this side, okay, so the short stubby one has now been wet. You can see it's kind of like clearer than the one up the top. So it does work. Okay, so there we go. We've learned something. That's actually pretty cool. I like the fact that we've learned that. So, try it on the portal mage. Okay, let's try the portal mage. I feel like the portal mage could just get dunked. Can I dunk you? Should I dunk you? I'm gonna dunk you. Okay, there we go. So we've moistened. What the hell am I doing with my life? This is very strange. It must be the strangest thing I've done in such a long time. This experiment with wetting minis. Hey Michael, so what were you doing this morning? Oh, I had a stream this morning. Did a Heroforge review. Oh, that must have been really exciting. Yeah, it was fine. How did the second half of it go? Well, we're supposed to be reviewing exactly what we thought of all of the minis. And my best mini, in fact, character I've been waiting for ages. But halfway through the stream, I grabbed a thing of water and just started wetting minis. You started wetting minis? Yeah, I started wetting minis. Why? Well, just because apparently that, you know, when you wet the transparent plastic on a Heroforge mini, it looks really cool. How'd you find that out? I licked a mini. That's what I did. Licked a goddamn mini. Mini licker, some call me. I'm the avant-garde of ASMR. Mini licking. Okay, there we go. So that is the wet plastic. I don't think it did. Honestly, I think there's just too much plastic. I don't think it did anything, to be honest. It makes it look a little shinier, and especially around the I don't know if you noticed, but around the edges, like the tips of that actually has kind of popped out. But yeah, no, I think the heavier bits didn't really do much. Be thankful Heroforge doesn't use lead. It's very true. It's very true. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I think we have reached the end of our stream. But before we do so, I'm going to do my stress test for Atlas. I don't want to, but let's begin. All right, let's see the wings. So the wings are a big one because, as you guys know, the wings are a major part of a lot of like the different types of species and stuff, like the bird folk and things. So a lot of people have asked, like, how sturdy are these wings? Is it gonna break? Okay, here we go. Okay, that's. Oh, hang on. There we go. Okay, there we go. It's not bad. Back and forth, it's okay. I think the tips definitely get worse, but the up and down is where it's bad. So if your mini falls like this, which, well, thankfully my sword will actually block it, but if your mini falls on an angle where it hits a hard surface on those tips of the edges, they're going to definitely break. Sword is very flimsy. Sword is super flimsy. If I had to guess, I'd say that break at the hilt, or it would break at the hand and the wrist. That would be that, because you guys can see that give. Oh, look at that. Ugh, that is not friendly. That is not pleasant. All right, let's try the shield. Yeah, it's pretty solid, but I reckon too much of a hit to one side, that'll snap off. Candles, let's see the candles. Candles aren't too bad. Candles aren't too bad. That tall one probably be a problem. So there's one candle that'll be a problem. And let's try the overall mini. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. I don't want to do that anymore. All right. So have a look at the foot, right? Because there's only one foot supporting it. Like, look at that base. That's rolling around almost. So that will absolutely that'll absolutely snap Atlas clean off the base. So all in all, if you get a Heroforge mini with wings, again, it's just always be mindful of the edges of your wings. If you have a sword or any kind of appendage that's sticking out or strutting out, again, always be mindful. If you have a choice to actually attach it to someone, like we did with our archer and his arrow, if you have a chance to actually attach it, which you can see at his fist, right, to something else to give it more security, please do so. Also, this specific pose with the 1 foot on the platform, super dangerous. I would say that just getting this pose makes this a looking model, not a touching model. I don't know if I'd use this in Glorious Battle just because of it. I will likely make a Atlas model for bronzing, so we'll probably try this again as a bronze to see what it looks like. But for the most part, I'm super keen, super happy with how they came out. So without any further ado, let us now bring us to the end of today's stream with our models on display for you guys to enjoy. There we go. All right. So let me get rid of that. Okay, here we go. Yeah, moving around. Okay. Get out of here, you. Alright, so if anyone has any questions about any of the models that we made today, or that we reviewed today, let me know, because I would absolutely love to hear about it. Because we came through and we did quite a lot of these. Makes me think of strut on the other foot was a lucky mistake. Oh, you mean on the drow? Maybe it was. Atlas really stands out. Oh man, he really does. He really does. There you go. All right. Fantastic. Sweet. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us, of course, to the conclusion of our session. We're going to now zoom in on my arm. There I am. Hello. It's me, the Dead Aussie Gamer. There's a Heroforge mini. All right, we're gonna go raid someone. Who are we gonna go and raid? Let's see. Who is out and about doing stuff this lovely and fine morning? We are looking at. Oh, there's Rowan and there's the Watcher. Let's go raid the Watcher. I love. Yeah. Is he at his table? Yeah, he is. All right, we're gonna go and raid the Watcher, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, be sure to obviously use all of those wonderful emotes that you have. If you actually notice, one of my emotes for the stream used to be, or I think it still is. Yeah, there you go. Is actually my Heroforge face. Bam. Heroforge face. There you go. All right, so we're going to go ahead there, give them all the love, give them all the support. Remember, we are big VLDL fans, so unleash the horde as you ride into battle. And until the next time we meet again, stay safe, stay wonderful, stay amazing, and as always, game hard or die trying. Blah, 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 blah.